High in the Indian Himalayas, nestled amidst snow-clad peaks, lies an enigma. Roopkund Lake, better known as Skeleton Lake. This remote location, wrapped in the icy embrace of winter for most of the year, holds a chilling secret that has baffled historians and scientists for decades. The lake is surrounded by a macabre sight, hundreds of human skeletons scattered along its shores, giving it an eerie reputation that resonates in its name. The serene, almost surreal beauty of the place stands in stark contrast to the grim skeletal remains that surround it. The starkly visible bones poking out from the frozen landscape have given the lake a chilling moniker that evokes both curiosity and dread. The skeletal remains, silent witnesses to a long-forgotten tragedy, are a haunting reminder of the lake's mysterious past. For decades, the origin of these skeletons remained a baffling mystery. In 1942, a British forest guard stumbled upon an eerie sight around the frozen lake, hundreds of human skeletons, some protruding through the icy surface. This unfortunate forest guard had unwittingly uncovered one of the most perplexing mysteries of the Indian Himalayas. The scattered bones around Roopkund Lake painted a grim tableau, sparking a whirlwind of speculation and intrigue. One theory proposed that these were the remains of unfortunate Japanese soldiers, perhaps lost and frozen during the turmoil of the Second World War. Another popular conjecture was that these skeletons belonged to a group of ill-fated pilgrims, caught in an unforgiving blizzard. Yet these theories, while fascinating, were merely the tip of the iceberg. The skeletons held a secret, one that dated back to a time far beyond the memory of any living soul. As scientists would later discover, the truth of these bone-chilling remains was rooted not in the 20th century, but in the distant past. However, the truth turned out to be far more intriguing than any initial guesses. In 2004, a team of scientists set out on an expedition to the remote Roopkund Lake, aiming to unravel its spine-chilling mystery. Their quest was not for the faint-hearted. It was to decode the secrets held within hundreds of human skeletons scattered around the frozen lake. The team's primary tools, carbon dating and DNA analysis, two of the most powerful techniques available to modern science. Carbon dating, a method that determines the age of an object containing organic material, was used to estimate the time period of the skeletons. The results were astonishing. These were not the remains of recent victims, nor were they from a few centuries ago. Instead, the skeletons dated back to around the 9th century AD, making them over 1,000 years old. But age was just one piece of the puzzle. The team also conducted DNA analysis to determine the ancestry of the victims. This process involves extracting and sequencing DNA from the skeletal remains, then comparing it to known DNA sequences from various populations. Again, the findings were surprising. The victims weren't from a single ethnic group or region. They were a diverse mix of individuals, hailing from different regions and ethnicities, suggesting a convergence of peoples at this remote location in the Himalayas. But the question remained, what brought these people to Roopkund Lake, and more importantly, what caused their end? The skeletal remains indicated violent deaths with fractured skulls and signs of physical trauma. This suggested that the victims had not succumbed to the elements or disease, but had died in a single catastrophic event. But what was that event? The scientists were left pondering this question. With the evidence at hand, they could only speculate. And that's where the next chapter of our story begins, with a theory as unexpected as the mystery itself. The victims had died in a single catastrophic event, but what was that event? The most compelling theory proposed by the scientists was as unexpected as it was chilling. Picture this, a diverse group of travelers, perhaps on some sort of pilgrimage, traversing the harsh terrain of the Himalayas. Suddenly and without warning, they find themselves caught in a severe hailstorm. The hailstones, some as large as cricket balls, come crashing down with deadly force. The evidence? Fractured skulls and other trauma observed on the skeletons. These injuries are consistent with blunt force trauma, the kind that could be inflicted by large hailstones falling from the sky. Such a catastrophic event could indeed have resulted in the mass fatality observed at Roopkund Lake. This hailstorm theory, while chilling, offers a plausible explanation for the mystery of Skeleton Lake. Yet it's just that, a theory. Despite modern scientific advancements, the true story behind the skeleton lake remains one of India's most enduring enigmas, captivating researchers and visitors alike.